You mentioned that you had your first baby without any epidural anesthesia, and my hat goes off to you because that takes a strong woman. Now, your first baby, the labor for your first baby is entirely different than it's going to be for any other pregnancies, labors, and deliveries because you're kind of like a pioneer the first time, paving the way. Your body is usually more stubborn. It takes longer to decide it's in labor, and then once you're in labor, you go through the process more slowly, and you usually push for 1 to 2 hours because you have to stretch all of those pelvic floor muscles that have never had anything go through them before. Now, after you've already had a baby, your body isn't necessarily as stubborn, and it's more likely to remember what it's supposed to do once you start contracting. And second babies are usually born in at least half the time compared to what your first labor was. And so if your first labor, which actually it's normal for it to be anywhere from 12 to 18 hours, your second labor might be as short as 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, or even some women have their first contraction and deliver their baby an hour or 2 later. So if you had a traumatic experience the first time with how long you had to experience the pain, know that you're normal. And the second time around should be easier. Know that you do have the option to get an epidural if it gets too hard, but also know that it should be easier for you next time. If you have any more specific questions once you get pregnant, don't hesitate to ask your OB provider. But if you have any other questions for me in the future, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms and recommend us to your friends and family too.